Alright, let's talk about computing sales and purchases for principal over on page 99. A couple terms that you need to look at right there on page 99. It talks about commission, merchant, consignment, consignee, consignor. It talks about gross proceeds. It talks about net proceeds. It also on the next page talks about gross costs. Just a little tip for you. If by chance someone asks you to calculate net proceeds, the last couple steps will involve subtraction. If someone asks you, and I don't know who would do this, but somebody might, somebody asks you to calculate gross cost, the last couple steps will involve addition. Net proceeds, we're talking about the merchant. This is what the merchant will get. Net cost, we talk about what the seller is going to get. Or gross cost, I mean. Talk about the seller. So let's look at example F over on page 99. We're going to talk about trucks and we're going to talk about tractors. Please, look at the book, get these phrases or these terminologies down, because you will see them again. eBay works a little bit like this. eBay works as a third party. When you sell something on eBay, you sell it for, let's say, $50. They will take a percent from that. They're working as your merchant. So let's look at what Kathy's doing over in example F. We're talking about trucks and tractors. Kathy owns Willowbrook Farm. She's been trying to sell her used livestock truck. Hasn't had any success after 3 months. Kathy consigns the items to Acme Equipment Brokers. The two parties agree that the commission rate on the truck will be 6%. The commission rate on the tractor will be 9%. Acme sells the truck for $42,500 and the tractor for $78,600. They also end up paying $610 to deliver the truck and $835 to deliver the tractor. What are the net proceeds? Net proceeds, I know the last couple steps are going to be subtraction. What are the net proceeds to Willowbrook Farms from the sale of the equipment? All right, let's figure that out. So we have a truck and we have a tractor. The truck sold for $42,500. The tractor sold for $78,600. Now remember the commission rates. They agreed on 6% on the truck, 9% on the tractor. When I do that, I get this, 2,550. And here I get 7,074. Now remember, this is only the commission owed to Acme. Now, Acme also incurred some additional expense, correct? Delivery charges or something like that. For the truck, it cost them $610. And for the tractor, it was $835. So here, the total charges would be $3,160. Total charges for the tractor is $79.09. Now let's look at why we came up with these numbers. They sold the truck and the tractor based on some percentages that were predetermined. This is their commission number. This is charges. What was it? I think it was delivery charges, was it not? Delivery. These were delivery charges, right? So it cost Acme $3,160 and $79.09. That is what Kathy owes Acme, right? Now think about what the question asked. The question asked net proceeds. So they're wanting to know how much money is Kathy going to get for the sale of these two items. Net proceeds, we know from earlier, the last couple steps is going to involve subtraction. So, how much is Kathy going to get for the sale of the truck? It's sold for $42,500. It's going to cost $31.60, and I get a grand total of $39,340. This is her net proceed. You see what we did? We added up everything that it cost her to sell it. Now Acme actually sold it. So this is what Acme made off of the sale. Now this includes the delivery charges. So Kathy's actually going to make $39,340. Let me make that a little better. $340 off of a $42,500 sale. Is it worth it to her? It took her how many months and she never sold it? They sold it pretty quick. So that's the net proceeds from the truck. From the tractor, the sale was $78,600 minus the charges. So the net proceeds for the tractor are this is the net proceeds. This is what Kathy gets for selling the tractor. This is what she gets for selling the truck. So if you need total net proceeds, you would do this. $39,340 plus $76,901, and you get some good number, I bet. Does that look about right? So that's her net proceeds for both purchases, or for both items. The net proceeds for the truck was this. The net proceeds for the tractor was this. Combined, she gets that. So it's the sale price minus all the expenses. Got it? Let's do one other one here, so that we all know we're on the same page. All right. Let's just make something up here. This time, let's figure out gross cost. Remember, the example F, we dealt with net proceeds. Now we're going to do gross cost. Let's just say that we had prime cost of $12,500. My commission rate, we agreed to 7%. I'm going to say air freight was $138.70, and delivery was $64.80. So there's everything I need. Gross cost means I'm going to do what? Net proceeds means I'm going to subtract the last couple steps. Gross cost means I'm going to add at the last couple steps. So, fairly simple, I would think. I've got to find my commission rate, right? My commission rate is 12.5, or not my rate, my commission, times 7%. I get $875 in commission. All right. Now I also have some other charges, right? So my other charges are $138.70 and $64.80. Gross cost means I'm adding the last couple stages. So my gross cost is what? Did I forget something? My gross cost has to include the prime cost. You have to bring this and add it in, because that's the sale price. So altogether, my gross cost is I'm going to suggest to you, this is the step most people forget. They'll remember gross cost is addition. They'll add in all their costs, their commission, their air freight, their delivery, but they forget to bring in their prime cost. The prime cost has to be added to all that to get your gross cost. So for that $12,500, the gross cost is $13,578.30. Again, don't forget to bring this, because that is part of your gross cost. All right, please look over the chapters, and we will see what you do. Have fun. Hope these videos are helping.